Hi everyone, this is Sugantha Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Full Stack Web Development, Dr.S.Sugantha Rajlakshmi College of Arts and Science. This presentation is about the topic Requirement Engineering in Software Engineering. So what is Requirements Engineering? This slide introduces the topic Requirement Engineering under Software Engineering. Software engineering is broader than requirement analysis. It covers the entire life cycle of requirements from identification to management. It sets the stage for understanding how the software requirements are handled in structured professional manner. First is the requirement analysis. First is the elicitation. So first is in the elicitation. Elicitation means collecting requirements from stakeholders. Stakeholders include customer, end user, managers, developers, and regularity bodies. So we can include method like interviews, surveys, observation, workshops, and prototyping. Next is the documenting. After collecting requirements, thus they must be formally written. Documentation prevents misunderstanding, act as a legal reference, serves as a development guide. This leads to creation of structured required documents. Next is analyzing. Analyzing includes checking feasibility, removing conflicts, prioritizing requirements, structuring them clearly. It ensures requirements like logical, realistic, and non-contradictory. Next is validating. Validating ensures requirements reflect user needs, no missing or incorrect information. All stakeholders agree. So manage stakeholders throughout the life cycle. Requirements change over time. Management includes version control, change handling, impact analysis, and traceability. So this ensures that the system remains aligned with the business goals. So next is the requirement engineering process. So this slide indicates the requirement engineering follows a structured process. So it follows a structured process like feasibility study, requirement elicitation, requirement specification, requirement verification and validation, and requirement management. So next is objectives of the requirement engineering. So it is going to understand the user needs. So the primary goal is to identify the business goal, functional need, constraints, quality expectation. Next is product complete and constraint requirement. So complete means no missing functionality, all constraints are defined. So consistent means no contradictions, logical alignment. So the example of inconsistency, one requirement says password mandatory, so another says optional. Manage changes. Software projects evolve, so changes may occur due to market condition, technology updates, or customer feedback. So it ensures control modification instead of chaos. Next is alignment between stakeholders and the development. Stakeholder define needs, developers implement solution. So this requirement engineering act as a bridge between business language and the technical language. So this is going to prevent the miscommunication between the users. So next we will discuss the components of requirement engineering. So the first component is the requirement elicitation. It is going to discover the user needs. It is going to follow techniques like interviews, brainstorming, questionnaires, and observation. In the requirement analysis, it is going to refine the collected information. So it removes ambiguity, checks feasibility, and it is going to prioritize the futures. So next is the requirement specification. So in the requirement specification, we are going to create a formal document called Software Requirement Specification, SRS. So this SRS is going to include functional requirement, non-functional requirement, constraints, and system models. So it is an official reference document. So next is the requirements validation. So in the requirement validation, we are going for checking correctness, completeness, feasibility, and consistency. It is performed using reviews, so walkthroughs and prototypes. So next is the requirement management. So it is going to manage changes and tracking the requirements. So it includes version control, so requirement traceability matrix, change impact analysis. So next is the steps of the requirement elicitation. So we are going to identify the stakeholders. We are going to gather the requirement, prioritize requirements, and characterize the feasibility. So the user may know not what they want to do. So requirement may be incomplete. So communication gap may acquire. So therefore it requires proper communication skill, analytical skill, and domain skill. So these are developed with the helps of this requirement elicitation. So next is the requirement specification. So first we have to create a software requirement specification. It should be clear, that is simple and understandable language. So we should avoid technical jargon and vague statements. Next, it should be complete. all functional requirements should be included. There should not be any missing data. So unambiguous, only one interpretation is possible. So the system should be very fast. Next, it should be unambiguous. System should respond within 2 seconds. So next is it is verifiable. So it can be tested. Every requirement must be measurable. So next is the importance of requirement. So it reduces error early, prevents costly rework, improves product quality, and it achieves the stakeholder satisfaction. Next is a mind map. So this basically summarizes the definition, process, components, objectives, and importance. So it helps in concept integration. Thank you.